Welcome back to Afternoon Express. So there have been so many dishes to cook on the show today, so I hope we've got you excited to cook for this coming weekend. And now before the break, I mentioned that we're creating a dish in the kitchen today that originated in the 10th century, supposedly from the Middle East. They called it a sambusa, but here in South Africa, we call it a samusa. And today we're going to be making it slightly differently. It's a Cape Malay version which we're actually making
That's
today,
right.
which
But
I'm
I'm kind
excited
of like
about.
crossing it a bit because I'm bringing more of that Middle Eastern in.
Good.
Because we're not using samosa pastry.
Oh.
We're using filo pastry or filo pastry. What do you call it?
It's a filo pastry.
Awesome. So what I've done is I've started with my curry. And for that, I've used some ground coriander, some ground cumin, some cayenne pepper, and some turmeric.
Yummy.
Easy peasy. So what you start doing is you start cooking off your onions. And then you've got to be really careful here. Don't overcook it or else it burns and becomes bitter.
Yes.
So on a low heat for about 15 minutes. Let it caramelize, get really soft. Add your spices in then. And when you start smelling it, that's when you know you're ready.
What is the liquid in there, Clem? Because it looks quite liquid. Is that just the oils and the actual onions?
No,
Okay.
it's a little bit of water. So what I've done is I've added some tomato puree over there and a little bit of water. And then the water kind of like helps everything marry, come together, and I reduce that slightly.
So you almost make like a curry puree.
Well,
in some way,
it's
like
a curry
sauce.
jus. It's a curry sauce.
Okay, cool.
So I'm using the Sea Harvest Hake Fillets today, but you can use absolutely any one of their responsibly sourced fish, especially if it's quite firm.
Okay.
So go for those. So I've got the ones, again, from frozen.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And hake is also amazing because it will hold its shape and it won't necessarily just sort of crumble into nothing. So it's one of those nice
actually,
dishes.
what we do want is we want it to crumble. We kind of want it to crumble, become the filling for our samosas.
No, I'm the fool. Okay, great.
So what I do is, if you've got the Sea Harvest hake with the skin on, just place some flesh down, and you'll see as it starts cooking, it becomes a lot softer, and all you do is you just peel the skin off.
Okay,
or
nice
you can
trick.
get the medallions without skin already. So that's going to go for about, I'd say 15 minutes, that quick.
So it's nice that the fish almost cooks into that sauce. It absorbs all of those flavors, so the fish itself becomes the flavor as opposed to the sauce.
You know it.
Well done.
So the last thing we add is our peas.
Cool. And you must add it literally at the last second because those peas need to remain their crunch, give it that nice freshness.
You've been paying attention.
You don't want them to wilt and become like mushy.
No, absolutely not. So you kind of want all that
You want got it. Got
the
you.
special ingredient. You want the water to evaporate, and that what's going to happen is you're going to end up with quite a dry curry. And all you have to do then is flake your hake as we've done right here.
How do you flake it? Just with a sort of knife, or do you just break it with your fingers?
It becomes so soft where you take a little spoon and just break it up in the
I see.
pan.
Amazing.
So,
cool.
Like I said, we're using filo pastry, and what I want to show you today is just how to treat your filo pastry.
So I hope you guys are taking notes at home.
You are. It's very important that you either cover it with a damp cloth or with cling wrap. Our pastry is already been brushed with butter.
Yes. Okay,
because what happens
keeps the moisture in then.
Yeah, what you'll notice if you don't do that, the tips of the filo become really dry, and actually the whole thing will just crack as you're busy working with it. So I'm going to peel back the plastic, keep it on the side, and a little goes a long way. You don't want to overstuff it because we're going to bake these instead of deep frying. Traditionally, you would do that with samosas.
Yes.
So just a little bit. How are your samosa rolling skills?
I've never done it in my life before. That's why I'm so amped. I'm like staring here. I almost forgot I was on TV for a second. I was like,
Okay, cool. So let me go back to the beginning. So I add a little bit to the one corner, kind of like favoring the one corner. And then you fold it over to make
the triangle.
the triangle.
Gotcha.
But it's not sealed just yet.
Yes.
Cool. And then fold it over again.
Okay, still not sealed.
And it's still sealed because you got that open end.
Yes.
But now it's going to become sealed.
Okay, so you do it a couple of times. It's almost 4 times over, and then there you have
sealed,
it.
right? So what you can do at this stage is just brush it with a little butter so you can...
I hope all of our aunties are approving of the way that you're doing it that are watching from home. So I hope you guys are. And by the way, if you are watching the show right now and you want to win yourself some mystery prizes from Sea Harvest, it's going to be very cool. Go to our Facebook page, Afternoon Express. There's a link there to a special mystery prize that you guys can go and get yourselves. So our Facebook page, Afternoon Express, click the link and you can find the details on where to get those mystery prizes.
Awesome. That goes to the oven, and literally 20 minutes later, we end up with that magnificent product.
Ta-da! So if you guys want to get this recipe and make these awesome dishes this coming weekend, it's great for entertaining, it's delicious, and it's very healthy for you, obviously adding in some of your proteins that you need in there, and particularly the fish proteins, which I don't think we're getting enough as South Africans. Go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. The recipe and the shopping list is available for you over there. And ta-da! You can be eating this delicious dish over this coming weekend.
Cool.
Should we feed people?
Let's do it.
Let's feed people. Yummy! It's almost like people are going to be so spoiled for choice on the show today, so I hope you guys have been eyeing out which one you're going to try first today. Because there's so many.
Absolutely. Can't decide. Ooh, but
can
it's
have
gonna
Harman's
be a
gonna-
little bit of everything. I'm that kind of girl, one of each.
Herman, you have no scam in this space, so tell us, which one do you think are you going to start with?
Ek's Afrikaans, ons eet baie die hele tyd.
Well, okay, so
He probably wants the one he made.
Yeah, I don't trust my food. No.
we do. Dish up, guys. Help yourselves. I'm going to try one of these.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm going straight at the bread.
Can I get some of this? Absolutely.
want that?
Should I hold
Sure.
it?
Okay.
Give me this
Yes,
one.
thank you. You're welcome.
Nice.
All right, South Africa, have a good night and happy eating. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ooh,
Bye.
Bye.
Yummy.